Alrighty guys, so we're going to be fighting a Immortal, and I actually wanted to go ahead and just do it over commentary because it'll make a lot more sense, as it was the first time for a lot of us to actually play this mode. So what you're seeing is like the Shadow Clan Wars. So what happens in this mode is basically you're going to be fighting an Immortal. There's multiple clans doing this, and it's not the easiest thing to get coordinated, especially in-game. There's no like built-in like voice system where you can like party up with people and have like voice with everyone in your clan, which is hopefully something that they will add in the future, because we're gonna actually have to use Discord. And then again, getting a lot of random people to like join a Discord can be quite tough, but this is like the end game content that a lot of people really strive to actually achieve, which is actually defeating the Immortals and then becoming the Immortal. So how it kind of works is there are several different groups. So really quickly, yeah, I'm just gonna let it play out here. But at the start, you guys might have seen that there is like several different groups. So there's like the main battle, and then there's two different support groups. You can put players depending on what position you want to play in. I just wanted to play the main, and obviously for the main it's going to be kind of the most exciting because that's where you're able to defeat the Immortal. So it's basically a boss rush between you and another clan. So you can see ours is in the top left and theirs is in the top right for the HP. Obviously the goal is to delete it as fast as possible. So you're basically going to want as much DPS as possible. In terms of survivability, if the Immortal focuses you, you're just kind of dead. I mean, I don't really feel like you should be able to outplay it. Anyways, the whole goal is like a giant battle between like one Immortal as well as a bunch of other players. So our clan leader basically gets to fight a bunch of their teammates, and then it's the same thing. So we're fighting another clan here. And to kind of show you guys the bracket system, kind of how it works is basically there are different group brackets. So the group that I'm in is called the Rogue Encampment. That's the Shadow Clan that I'm in. You can see how the bracket system works. There's more than just 4 clans that actually battle. There's so many different ones. It's just that it puts you into a group bracket. So once that team wins, they go on to the next round, which will be taking place later in the week, and then there's going to be a set of finals. So it's a long process. It's not just like you hop in and you get to play immediately, and this actually took like way over an hour before we even got to like really play, because what you do is you go into an area, you get some buffs, and then you kind of have this giant like countdown. You have to coordinate like what you want to move into in terms of like where do you want to go. Now when the support battles, I guess, win their fights, you can see that we actually get a DPS boost. Over in the middle top left where it has like the 10%, that's our team, and you can see the enemy team has a 0% like boost. I'm not even sure what the best strategy is, to be honest. I actually think that a valid strategy may be to not actually have support groups and then you just rush the Immortal as quickly as possible. It might be a valid strategy if you have enough DPS, because that takes time already, and if you just had more people to output more DPS, you may be able to defeat the Immortal. It all comes down to potentially people's combat resonance too, but I'm thinking that if you have high enough points, logically it may be better to do that. And just as a heads up, if you see some players not moving, it's very likely that they disconnected. The whole game was a little bit laggy, I'll be honest, in terms of like giving them some feedback. It might just be too much like for the game to handle, like all of these effects going on at once, especially if some people are playing on mobile. Maybe their phone just can't handle it, or perhaps I don't know if it's a server issue. I personally didn't disconnect, but I definitely felt like there was some lag in this area. So if you see also some people shooting nothing, how it works in this mode also is the area is actually a lot larger than like normal Diablo Immortal like gameplay. So one thing I noticed, and eventually I actually had to swap to this, is some of the AoE skills, or some of the skills that you normally would just push and let you auto-target, it won't do it, because in this mode, the gameplay is like zoomed out. I wish the game would just play like this though. I wish you could stay zoomed out. Now, this ability is insane. Like, he just keeps on throwing on waves, and you basically won't get enough things to dodge that. Like, there's just way too much. You do have like a heal that you can use in it, but the whole goal is really just to eliminate the Immortal as quickly as possible. But there's also these Guardian statues that can activate, so if those do happen, you're going to want some dedicated people to also do that, while a lot of the other people are DPSing the Immortal. The whole goal, again, is to eliminate theirs quicker than they eliminate yours. And I'm not sure if they plan to change this in the future, but you can see that the numbers are different. Like, for example, we have 31 players, they have 25. I'm not sure exactly what the maximum amount of players are, but like, again, some people were like disconnecting. It just might have been an issue. Now they have 26 players, so it might just be a disconnect issue. Again, this is like the first like week. It's the first one, so everyone's kind of scrambling just to get their teams together to be able to actually do this content, because it's going to be very difficult, I think, later down the line. And if the Immortal does focus you, you're basically dead. There's nothing too much, I would say, that you can really do. Like, I don't even know if it's possible to actually survive it, but like, there's the victory screen over there, and you can see that you do get some rewards. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the rewards from the event now. So this is what I got, and it's different for every player. We were all in Discord on this, and a lot of people were just getting some blues and some yellows. So if you were thinking like, oh, I missed out, I could not compete in the Shadow War event to defeat the Immortal, and you were like worried about that, yeah, you don't really get that much other than you get some XP. I happened to get a legendary. Again, some of my teammates did not get anything, so it kind of just varies on your luck. So don't worry too much if you didn't get to participate in it. I'm just here to kind of show you guys how it works. But again, here, let me go ahead and show you guys this now that you guys have seen some of the gameplay. Let me go maximize it. So you guys can see that there's like the main battle, and then there's a support battle. The support battle is what gives us, to kind of explain it now that you guys have seen the gameplay. Let me move it over here. So you can see that where it says like 15%, that's essentially what you're getting from the support. I don't know. I think I'd rather have just another group of players just in here, just to DPS it faster. I don't know if that's a valid strategy, but let me know, guys, if you guys you know, saw this gameplay, what you thought of like the Immortal battle, because it's supposed to be like the ultimate thing in the game. And for me, I personally would rather have played PvP because it felt a lot more engaging. And here it just felt like we were fighting a boss. Yes, it's kind of cool that the player is there, but it just kind of felt like we were shooting into a bullet sponge, right? It's just like absorbing an insane amount of damage, and it just takes a while. I mean, it took us about 6 minutes to get it done, and the other team, because again, remember that this is actually going to be like a bracket system. Since we finished way earlier, you can actually check out the other team. You can check out all of their combat rating. You can check out like a lot of stuff. It's really cool how they allow us to just kind of view like the other players. And so you can find out who's actually the good player, and maybe you want to eliminate those players first if there is like another form of PvP. Because there is another system where later on, I think you don't even have like your full clan. It's like actually split into multiple things, but I'll cover that later if we make it there. Keep in mind, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to be able to advance to the next thing, and that is due to your performance as well as your clan's performance. It's definitely team oriented. You can't really solo the Immortal, if anyone was thinking that like you can maybe do that. But again, like you can see, I tried to activate my ability there. It's just really laggy in here, so hopefully that can be fixed in the future. But let me know, guys, what you think of the gameplay. Is it exciting? Did you guys get to participate in it? Again, a lot of people don't get to participate in it because you have to have a clan, and obviously you got to have it at some point in terms of like progression. I'm not sure if it has like a certain level that you need, like as far as like a level of your character. I don't even think that matters, but I'm saying like a clan level, I'm not sure if that actually matters. You do have to have a lot of members, because if you don't, then well, you're just gonna have less players there. But again, hopefully the DC issues can fix itself, because again, there are some players that you'll notice that they're just like off in the back and they just don't move. I can only assume they DC'd because we were in a Discord call, not with everyone, that'd be too wild. I think you maybe need to split up into certain groups, because if you have like 30 people on one Discord trying to call out, you know, when certain abilities are down, it can get pretty hectic. But I think that's kind of cool, and this is something that, you know, is completely new to the Diablo genre. In fact, even in the action RPG genre, this is something kind of new. But now I feel like I'm ranting. Just wanted to show you guys at least the gameplay of defeating the Immortal. So we did it, and I'll update you guys on, you know, if we make it to actually becoming an Immortal. But I feel like later down the line, it becomes much more difficult, and there's a little bit of RNG. I'll talk more about it once we go to the gameplay of it. But thanks for tuning in, and if you guys want to see more Diablo Immortal stuff, and this is your first time here, hit subscribe, turn the bell, and I'll be dropping some more stuff for you guys in the near future. But take care. I'll see you in the next vid. Peace.